Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heritage Christian High School as we bring you Indiana high school football right here on IndianaSRN. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Also by Burtner Electric, your licensed and experienced serving Central Indiana. IUPUI Sports Management, a lifetime of sports with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 service, 1 solution, and Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment. Great to have you with us. Troy Nergalski along with Craig Cox. Beautiful night for high school football week number 7. Craig, I'll tell you what, you look on paper, these two teams, I don't believe we're going to walk into this and go, listen, this is not going to be a good football game. It should be a great football game.
No, without question. I mean, we got 2 top 15 teams in 2A, and I'll tell you, it's much like looking in the mirror with both these teams. They really resemble each other quite a bit with a lot of great air attack and really with the ground and pound as well. Both of them got great running backs. And I think it's going to be a great game there on 75th Street.
Not bad at this point of the season. You're talking about week number 7 to have such a marquee matchup like this one tonight, and we're just a couple of weeks away from that tournament.
No, great point there, Troy. And I think that brings up the thought of, as you start to get ready to head into sectional play here in about 3 more weeks, you want to make sure that your schedule's, probably more backloaded than it is probably front-loaded. But both these teams have had really good schedules, have been tested a bit to this point. Heritage a few weeks ago with Cecina and having Covenant even last week as well in back-to-back tough weeks. And Lapel's had a couple great ones there as well. You got 5-1 that Lapel's coming in with Heritage being 6-0. Might add, too, this is the best start to a season that their school's ever had in the history of the program.
Hey, I'd say let's go ahead and do this. Let's talk about the Lapel Bulldogs at 5-1. Tim Miller, as you mentioned, he's in his 10th year. Their only loss happened to a very good Indianapolis Lutheran team 3 weeks ago. You know a lot about this team. You have seen them. You talked to their head coach, and we'll run down some of the key players. What's your initial thoughts about Lapel?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is they want to establish the run. They got Tyler Dollar, a junior, in the background or in the backfield. They're averaging almost 250 yards on the ground, and so. But they have a balanced attack with almost 180 in the air with Brennan Stowe putting up some great numbers, both with his arm and with his feet as well. But a lot of theirs, again, is just establishing the run and really making good decisions in the passing game.
Yeah, you mentioned Stowe. He is one of those guys that has excellent touch. I think he throws well on the run. When you look at the film on him this season, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but he can also run with the football as well, so he's a dual threat.
No, he is, and I'll tell you, he's a little deceiving, too. I mean, he's a great body, 6'3", 210, high school level. I mean, even collegiately, that's a good frame.
It is.
And he's got good feet. But the thing about it is you're going to see it with both, even though I know we're talking about Lapel right now with Stowe, but on both sides of the ball with both these quarterbacks, I think you're going to get a lot of the same in terms of the presence, the pocket presence that they show. But Stowe has just a great poise that he has showed in last week as well.
If we can talk about Tyler Dollar as well, 886 yards, averaging 147 yards per game, 8.6 yards per carry, and when you watch him, excellent speed, cuts back really well. That's one thing I maybe noticed the most about him. He can cut back as good as anybody.
No, it is. He's light on his feet.
Yeah.
He's got great vision, but he's one that really gets downhill pretty quickly when he sees the seam. He's really, the thing is that he's got a good power as well, but he's pretty elusive. And the thing is, as you've already talked about, Troy, is the guy's almost averaging 9 yards a carry. I mean, you're talking about moving the chains on almost every touch. What a great presence that is for Coach Miller and the coaching staff on the sideline there, and for their team to do that. And as I mentioned, that's what they're going to look to establish.
One other player, and I know Nick Whitty, certainly a guy with great hands, runs well when he catches the football, averaging over 20 yards per catch. Nice weapon to throw to each and every week.
No, without doubt. They're looking to get vertical, and as I mentioned before, looking to make good decisions in the passing game, but he's a threat that they have. And that's the nice thing, that Dollar's going to be able to open that up a lot, because they're going to be stacking the box at times, with the run, which gives things on the vertical end with Whitty going deep.
All right, let's talk about their defense. If you watch them, and I've only seen them on film so far this year, they really pursue the ball very well. I think they're a very physical defense, and they will certainly have to be that tonight.
No, and Coach Miller talked about that is their pursuit. I mean, they know that Heritage is coming in with a great balanced attack, averaging over 200 both in the air and on the ground themselves. We talked about that earlier, about how the mirror of what Lapel brings is what they're going to see on defense from this Heritage offense as well. But they're ones that pursue the ball really well. They like to fly around. Coach Miller talked about really getting the the helmets on the ball tonight, and so we'll look for an aggressive defense pursuit with certainly with the run.
Well, Heritage Christian, as Craig had mentioned a couple of moments ago, their best start in school history at this point in the season. They are 6-0 coming into this one, coming off a huge win over Covenant Christian on the road last week. Your initial thoughts on the Eagles?
Well, I mean, a lot of it, as Coach Ray talked about, is that they got to win the line of scrimmage and really continue to pursue their balanced attack, really trying to keep the Bulldogs defense at bay, making them play honest. When you got someone like that you have in Kyle Antoine leading this team, and knowing that he can affect you with his feet but also with his arm, it's going to keep the defense honest. And so we're in a position where I think we're going to see a lot of similarities with these teams tonight, and we're just really excited to bring it to you all.
Well, you mentioned Antoine this year, 1,219 yards, and you talked about this before we got on the air. 71% completion percentage. I'm not sure if that's leading the state or not, but it's got to be awful close.
No, I was going to say it's got to be up there, Troy, if not. Talked about it a little bit with Stowe. I just love that there's so much similarities with the key players that they have on both these teams, which makes it very an intriguing matchup. But the thing, I got a chance a couple weeks ago to do the Heritage Cecina game. And it was the first time I saw Kyle play, but he's got great pocket presence, and he really puts himself in a position to where he's not pressing a lot. And the great thing about it is this young man's a junior. Coach Ray has him back for another year next year. So.
Yeah, strong arm, excellent touch, no doubt about it. He's going to be a key tonight, 295 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Now, you mentioned Colton Brown, 800 yards, averaging 6 yards per carry, 160 yards, sees the hole well, hits that hole very quickly, and last week over 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's a very durable back. He's really an every down back. He can do things out of the backfield in terms of catching the ball as well. Does a good job picking up blitz blocks as well for Kyle, but just a good downhill runner. He's really one that's been durable too, because he plays on the defensive side of the ball, which we'll be hearing his name quite a bit tonight on that side too.
And keep an eye, number 6, Zach Schlomer, 45 receptions, 9 touchdowns, great focus, and when he catches the football, you really got to bring him down because he will get yards after the catch.
He is. I'll tell you, he's a kid that's got great footwork too. And him and Kyle have great chemistry. They know each other really well. Just were really in sync a couple weeks ago when we had their game. And Schlomer had a wonderful game that night, had 2 touchdowns. He had some great footwork catches on the sideline and one for a score.
All right, this is going to be a huge matchup. Lapel coming into this one again at 5-1. Heritage Christian at 6-0. It is one of 5 games tonight on IndianaSRN. We have Mount Vernon at Newcastle, Covenant Christian on the road at Clarksville, Traders Point is at Edinburgh, and Frontier is at Tri-County. We'll take a timeout. This is high school football right here on IndianaSRN.
Hey folks, good to be with you for tonight's game. My name is Andy Simpson, and I'm a licensed IHSAA football official, and welcome to Friday Night Football, powered by IndianaSRN. On behalf of the 340 football officials, the IHSAA, the crew here at IndianaSRN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and more important, don't forget to subscribe to the IndianaSRN YouTube page. As you're watching tonight's contest, I'm going to show you a few of our signals that will help you better understand the information we are trying to convey. Touchdown, safety, first down, holding or illegal use of hands, encroachment, or offsides commonly known, false start or illegal formation on the offense, or a free kick scrimmage violation, face mask, intentional grounding, roughing the passer, clipping, illegal shift, illegal motion, illegal block, pass interference by the offense or the defense, delay of game, and the one signal we dislike and you as fans don't like seeing, unsporting. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and following us on IndianaSRN. You can also tune in to the Football Weekly Show and Coach's Show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on IndianaSRN.org. Finally, if you've ever thought about becoming an IHSAA official, www.ihsaa.org and click on the Officials tab or call the IHSAA office at 317-846-6601. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Back here at Heritage Christian High School, Troy Darigowski along with Craig Cox. We are at a venue that is absolutely gorgeous here tonight. Beautiful night for football as well, and I want to remind you that tonight's game is being copywritten by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience only. The use of these pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written consent and the written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Captains meeting again at midfield. Tonight's game again brought to you by our sponsors in the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Burtner Electric, your licensed and experienced serving Central Indiana. IUPUI Sports Management, a lifetime of sports with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 service, 1 solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment. Keys to the game, let's go ahead and go. What do you think this is going to turn out to be? I know both teams have great quarterbacks, great running backs. What's going to give?
Well, and that's probably the bigger question is which one's going to give. I think, with Heritage, it's win the line of scrimmage, run the ball effectively while containing Lapel's run, and then certainly winning the turnover battle. On the Bulldog side with Coach Miller, it's more sustaining Heritage's balance of attack, both out of the air and on the ground, and then getting their defense off the field after third down. Getting defensive third down conversions, and then them effectively running the football. They're almost averaging 250 a game on the ground. It's certainly what they want to do, but they can still beat you through the air. And then the last one was just more the decision-making with the passing game for the Bulldogs. So I think we're set to have a great, this is just a great matchup, great similarities with both teams, and like you said, Troy, it's just what's going to give.
And we'll find out here shortly. We're ready to get this one underway. You see the Eagles of Heritage Christian. They will get the football first here tonight. We'll even talk about some of the other key matchups going on around the area and the state. A lot of big games as we're at week number 7. As you see the Lapel Bulldogs in the white, lining things up at the 40 and the kickoff, and we are underway. It will be a short kick from about the 11 on the return, and to the far sideline, inside the 30 down to about the 28-29 yard line, 1st and 10. As we mentioned moments ago, Heritage Christian averaging just over 200 yards passing, 203.2, 215 on the ground, and they are putting up 418.7 yards per game. Kyle Antoine, number 7, 98 of 139, 1,219 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. You see Colton Brown in the backfield. They'll spread the offense once again. Trips to the near side, hash mark left. 1st down and 10. Brown in motion. They'll swing it out in the flat, and he's going to look to throw. Does he have a man? He does. Ball caught near the 40, still on his feet. That is Schlomer, and then driven out of bounds. Big play to start things for Heritage Christian.
Well, I tell you, that's little surprise there. I mean, we haven't seen that, and at least the game I did a couple weeks ago and getting him on more of a wheel route there with a halfback pass, catching him right out the gate.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass either, but it was good enough.
No, indeed.
So Brown with the pass completion. Schlomer getting his first reception. We mentioned him coming in big numbers this season. That's his 46th reception. So it'll be first down, football at the 33 of Lapel. The pitch to Brown. Has blockers ahead. Will get hit at about the 30 and brought down there. A short gain. It'll be second down.
A lot of that is just trying to keep him underneath you and not letting him break the big play that Brown's capable of doing.
We'll have a replay here of the pass itself. Take a look at this.
As he gets on the wheel route here with, just got Antoine here, and then just throwing off the run, getting about 32 yards there with that. Schlemmer had to wait on it a bit, but again, as you mentioned, great positive yards and moving the chains.
Yeah, when you look at Lapel, they were thinking run like everybody else was. Man in motion. It'll be second down. They'll fake the handoff. The keeper, 25-20, down to the 15, and finally brought down at about the 12-yard line. Nice run by Kyle Antoine. As we mentioned, he can throw, he can run.
No, yeah, it does a dual threat with his feet and with his arm. And he's a good frame kid, too. I mean, you're talking about 6'1", right at 200 pounds as well. Great read option play there.
Well, Heritage off to a great start here tonight against Lapel. As we mentioned, too, Heritage Christian, they're putting up some big numbers this year, averaging nearly 32 points per game. So far this season, they're high at Shenandoah, against Shenandoah, 49, but they had 34 last week. They'll throw. Man open, ball caught down to about the 5-yard line. So now Heritage Christian knocking at the door. Austin Yates on the reception.
Yeah, it's a great job, great close, trying to keep the receiver underneath there, not turning in anything more. Again, you'll find that Heritage will do what they just did there on that play and looking to move the chains, but also the dip and dunks in terms of the little 5-7 yard movement. So they're doing a good job here on this first possession.
A.J. Neal comes in. He'll be in the backfield as now you'll see Heritage Christian work out of the shotgun. Brown back there as well. Neal the blocker, handoff Brown straight up the middle down to about the 2 before he's knocked down there.
A good job of the Bulldogs keeping them out of the end zone there, but just trying to see the power game at this play, at this point. Bulldogs are kind of on their heels a little bit, probably a little gassed, going quick after this first play.
By the way, Kyle Shelton, who you'll hear will call his name a lot when Lapel gets the football. He's a two-way player. He made the tackle, one of the leading tacklers for the Bulldogs. Football again at the 2-yard line. Heritage Christian trying to score first here at 9:30 to go. Handoff Brown around the left side, dives in and scores, and Heritage Christian gets on the board first. 6-0 Eagles.
I'll tell you, they've fundamental drive, keeping things simple, but I'll tell you, they showed their balance through that. Had 3 passes, 3 runs, 6 points.
Yeah, that's great football right there, and Heritage almost made it look too easy. Guys up front opening up holes, and of course that pass earlier by Colton Brown to Schlomer really set things up. So now the extra point attempt. Mateo Jesh will now attempt the extra point. It is on the way. It is good. 9:26 to go, opening period. Heritage Christian 7, Lapel nothing. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back once again here at Heritage Christian High School, week number 7 of the high school football season. Lapel will get the ball here in just a couple of moments. Reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by the IHSAA Foundation. You can catch up on what's going on with the foundation by subscribing to their newsletter, The Advocate. Email them at ihsaafoundation.org. Impressive drive by Heritage Christian. And now we'll see this Lapel offense come out onto the field here in just a couple of moments.
Yeah, Coach Ray's got to be very excited about the efficiency of that first drive.
Deep kick return from the 5. Blockers there, and then hit hard across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. One of the first ones there for Heritage Christian, number 35, Tyler Marsh, the senior. Now here's Lapel, 5-1. Here's the touchdown run.
Yeah, everything very simple about this, just getting to the outside, making things happen. Great job of the line, giving him the hole.
Lapel averaging 37.5 points per game. 178 yards through the air, 233 on the ground, 411.8 yards of total offense. Brennan Stowe, we talked about him in the pregame, number 18. The handoff, not much up the middle, just a couple of yards as Tyler Dollar gets driven back. It'll be second down.
Great job by the Eagles front four there in terms of getting great penetration. And that's the main thing that Lapel's going to do tonight, try to establish that run. Obviously, Eagles are going to have to do something to sustain that.
Well, these two teams do mirror each other, don't they? Two receivers to the right, single receiver to the near side. That'll be Nick Whitty, the leading receiver for the Bulldogs. They'll work it off the hash mark left, single setback. And Stowe once again, the handoff to the outside, 30, out to about the 35, near 36-yard line. Good balance that time by Dollar to keep his feet going and getting the first down.
Yeah, and that's the thing you'll get with Dollar is that you'll see throughout the night, too, that he's always in a place where he's trying to get those extra yards, just diving forward. Great positive things with this young running back.
Yeah, we mentioned his cutback ability. We'll see that, I'm sure, tonight. Handoff Dollar up the middle at the 41-yard line. Another strong run between the tackles. In on the stop, Colin Jones, the linebacker, the sophomore, 5'9", 180 pounds. Let's call it second down at about 5. Football right at the 41-yard line. Heritage Christian, their opening drive, they score. 3 receivers in the ball game, 2 split wide to the left. Stowe, handoff. Dollar will get tripped up at about the 45. We'll see the placement of the football here.
Yeah, another example there of him just diving forward, getting the extra positive yards. Probably gave another 1 or 2 yards out of that.
Offensive line for Lapel not huge, but as we told you about those numbers earlier, when you can average 233 yards per game rushing, they can open up some holes as well. Third down here. Quarterback will keep it himself, and he'll get the first down. Nice run by Stowe. Ball came loose, but it was whistled down, and we'll put it at the 46-yard line of Heritage Christian.
Yeah, and as we talked about at the beginning of the game, too, he's pretty big, good-sized load. I mean, 6'3", 210, and you'll see him do that. I mean, he's got 400 yards, about 350 yards rushing on the year so far with 8 scores.
Dollar remains in as the lone setback. 2 receivers to the right. They'll work it off the hash mark left. Stowe will throw on the run. Incomplete.
Like he was a little unsure getting out of there. Had a guy out in the flats and kind of came more of a seam route. So could have been some communication issues there, but nonetheless we'll bring it up in 2nd and 10.
You know, Austin Yates was down there, and it looked like Whitty was in the area as well. So the incomplete pass will make it 2nd down. Football again at the Heritage Christian 46-yard line. Each team, no huddle offenses. They'll get up there and work it quickly. This time 4 wideouts, empty backfield. Man in motion, that will be Dollar. Dollar will get the carry here, 40. Stiff arms the defender and goes down at about the 35.
Well, another example there where he had guys on him and he's just trying to fall forward. Got to gain another couple yards there, but good job hitting the outside piece there, a little misdirection, putting him more kind of on a little jet sweep.
Wade Whalen there to make the stop for Heritage Christian. So now Lapel marching down the field, much like what we saw Heritage Christian, only without the big play at this point. Nick Whitty, number 20, he's the wide out outside the hash. That is Riley Hudson in the slot. And they'll put a man in motion, fake the handoff, keeper by Stowe, across the 30, down near the 28-yard line.
Yeah, another good misdirection there on faking on the jet sweep with the guy in motion here, with Stowe keeping that. I'll tell you, the pace of both Heritage and Lapel both. You're getting some of your old linemen going to be kind of gassed here, but done a great job, both teams, in controlling their first possessions.
Yeah, they're going to have to be in shape the rest of this way, aren't they? Good thing it's not a really hot night, too. Second down and short right here. Ball caught sideline near the 20. On the reception, Noah Hudson. And that'll be good enough for Lapel first down, and they're going to line up really quick right here.
Yeah, great little out route there. Timing route. Position to move the chains here.
Well, the way this thing might be going, we could see this football game in the 40s on both sides. They'll work on the hash mark right. That'll be the short side. Handoff, looking for an opening. There's that cutback we talked about, Tyler Dollar, to get a couple of extra yards.
No, without question there. You saw a nice little jump cut, misdirection. Once again, just kind of eludes the defenders to get more positive yards.
So second down and 3 as the Bulldogs on the march, trying to tie this ball game up in the opening period of play. Lone setback again, Dollar. That is Whitty, the far receiver to the left, and in the slot will be Hudson. They'll give it to the tailback, Dollar. Not much there, driven back. Good job by that Heritage Christian front four.
Yeah,
Ethan Orsted, I should say, was the first one there.
Yeah, another great job of penetration. And that's what thing you got to do is kind of keep Dollar to where he's, under his average, being 4 or 5 yard chippies. He's going to get his, so you're not going to shut him down, but just try to contain.
Let's put the football at about the 13-yard line. Stowe fakes the handoff, the keeper, and he'll get inside the 10. See where they'll spot the football near the 8-yard line. But another first down.
Kind of more like a delayed draw there, if you will, with quarterback keeper.
First and goal from the 8.
So we're going to call it first and goal from the 8-yard line. Stowe will work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers split wide to the left, 1 to the near side. Short pass underneath, and it'll fall incomplete as the official will go down as well.
I was going to say, that's not the only thing that's fallen, right?
Will Alexander was the intended receiver. And who says that's not a dangerous job, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So now it'll be second down and goal. Well, this would be big, really. I know we're early in the ball game, a lot of football to be played, but to come back and answer the call like this?
Yeah, and that's a big piece with Heritage coming out and controlling their first possession, and that's the key to that is for Lapel is to answer their opponent.
Dollar will be the lone setback to the right of the quarterback Stowe. Dollar gets the call up the middle, driving his legs inside the 5, down to about the 3.
Yeah, little power game here. Obviously can't move any more chains. So in a place where you got a couple downs here to get them, looks like about the 3-yard line.
I guess I'm kind of old school. I like power football.
Absolutely.
I love to just run it down their throat.
Yeah, if you got the game to do this, which both these teams do, comes down to a lot about clock management because you're chewing up a lot of time too. I mean, each team could run out for almost the first full quarter with one possession.
Both receivers stay in tight. Handoff around the right side. Touchdown, Lapel. Tyler Dollar from 3 yards out, 7-6, Heritage Christian.
I'll tell you, Troy, we talked about at the top of the hour, we talked about the similarities between these two teams, and I think that both these teams have shown that in both of their first respective drives. Those both looked a lot the same.
That'll be touchdown number 15 on the year. So Brown has his 7th for Heritage Christian, number 15 Now for Tyler Dollar, the extra point attempt is on the way, and it is good. 3:36 to go, opening period. This could be a high-scoring game. Don't go away. We're tied at 7. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back once again at Heritage Christian. Here's the kickoff by the Bulldogs. Heritage Christian on the return. That'll get to about the 20-yard line, and a flag comes in for the first time tonight. While we wait for the flag, got a couple of scores.
Yeah, so Frontiers up 8-0 over Tri-County, approaching a little bit past halfway through the first quarter. Covenant 7 over Clarksville 0. Traders Point leading Edinburgh 13-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first. And then obviously you have our score right here, 7-7, which tell you again, Troy, is both these teams showed what they do in terms of the ground. Shoot up about the same amount of clock with both of their respective drives.
It is homecoming here tonight, by the way. That was a hold on the return. That'll push the football back to the 10-yard line. At halftime, it's my understanding you get a chance to watch the homecoming court. You'll hear the public address announcer announce the winners, the king and the queen, so stay tuned for that for you Eagle fans out there. First down now for Heritage Christian. Kyle Antoine led this team on the first drive. Brown the touchdown. Here's Brown around the left side, driven out of bounds after a short gain. Antoine again wearing number 7 tonight.
And Brown there just trying to get to the edge. The Bulldogs did a great job of getting to the outside and forcing him there out of bounds. And it looked like where they spotted, no gain on the play.
Yeah, they're going to put the nose of the football right at the 10-yard line. So it'll be second down and 10. Clock stopped as you see at 3:23. Antoine again out of the shotgun, puts a man in motion. He'll look to throw. Ball caught. That'll be Schlomer. A short gain out to about the 17-yard line. We'll put it at the 18.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of passes that are underneath with Heritage. They're not a team that really, even though we saw it at the beginning with the halfback pass, going long, but they do a lot of little 5-7 yard hitch routes, a lot of things in the flats, but they have some athletic receivers to make some things happen after the catch.
Third down and 2. Dollar in the backfield. In fact, 2 running backs will be right next to Stowe. He's going to keep it himself, and looks like he's going to get the first down. Or take that back, Antoine on the carry. Let's see where they spot that football. And that is a first down.
Yeah, and again, right now it's about possessing the ball, moving that not only the chains, but also the clock as well.
Kyle Antoine, Colton Brown, and Schlomer, 3 names we're going to call a lot here tonight, and so far that has been the case. You see that Colton Brown now in the backfield, 2 receivers now to the left and 1 in motion. From left to right, Antoine to throw, sideline pass intended for number 34, out of the reach of Isaac Jones, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage there, just trying to get something out in the flat again. Antoine did a good job of placing the ball where only his receiver could catch it. And if it's incomplete, just line them up here for second down.
Well, apparently Lapel's made some adjustments defensively, right?
Oh, well, you want to see that, and I'm sure you will with Coach Miller and his defensive staff here.
Football at the 20-yard line. Handoff Brown trying to find running room. There's another flag down. He might get a yard out of that, but we might have a hold here as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you anything. That play kind of took a little bit longer to develop, and hitting those holes, and a lot of times you're going to see the holding, which instantly done, but a lot of times linemen just trying to make something happen, and sometimes they get away with it, but this time they didn't.
There you see the official making the call, and it'll be third down. And they're going to mark that football all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, the 10. All that work just to get pushed back. It's a second holding penalty. We saw one on special teams just moments ago for Heritage Christian. So now they have to get to the 30-yard line for the first down. Man in motion. Antoine to throw. Out on the flat to Brown. 15, 20, 25, and he gets it all back.
Going to say right there's your first down.
There you go. Easy enough, huh?
You get second and 20 and get 20. Great job there. You saw offensive line number 57, Tim Jackson, getting out there in the flats, making a good block. The thing that I like that he did there is when he noticed that the guy got behind him, he pulled his hands back not to negate the play and get another penalty. So good job of moving the chains there for the Eagles.
Yeah, well-executed play. First down and 10. We're down to the final 90 seconds of this opening period of play. Brown stays in the ball game in the backfield along with Kyle Antoine. Brown the call up the middle, not much there. Lapel making the stop early, number 51 on the tackle, Ethan Hewitt. Now they're going to say 2-yard gain there.
Favorable spot, every 3 feet counts, right?
That's right. So now second down and 8 for the Eagles. Both teams able to score in their opening possessions. 2 receivers split wide to the left, 2 to the near side. Man in motion right to left. Antoine to throw, has blockers, fires. Ball's going to be caught at the 44-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for the Eagles. Isaac Jones, the sophomore, on the reception.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the unique thing, too, about Kyle Antoine, the quarterback here, is you will see him throw the ball almost as, if not more efficient off the run than he does even when he's stepping into his pass. He's got great pocket presence and poise, but does a great job of throwing the ball with his accuracy on the run. We talked about 71% efficiency.
Could be the final play of this opening period of play. First down and 10. Lapel showing blitz. Here they come, and they got him back at the 35.
Yeah, what a great job there that you saw there by Collinger coming right up the middle on a blitz. Line didn't quite get it picked up, and it paid off for the Bulldogs.
And the clock's going to run out here in the opening period of play. We will take a timeout as well. Tied at 7. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Back once again here at Heritage Christian High School. We will switch sides as the Eagles now have it second down in about 17, tied at 7. Here is Antoine, the pitch, and it'll be Brown. Good cutback 40, and out to about the 43.
Well, another example there of just the fancy footwork. Great job eluding one tackler, getting about another 3 or 4 yards there for the Eagles.
You know, they talk about a running back seeing the hole very well. He might be, from the short time I've seen him on film and tonight, one of the better ones you're going to see.
No, again, his footwork as well. He's got great vision, and the nice thing about him, when he sees the seam, he hits it and he gets downhill.
Keegan Broderick, one of the 2 receivers now to the left. Brown in the backfield, single receiver to the right, hash mark right. They'll look to throw. Antoine to the sideline, ball caught at about the 47 and driven out of bounds. There is Schlomer again.
Well, and Zach is his man. They got great chemistry. There's a reason why he's leading. They're always in sync. Great job. And I'll tell you, the thing is, even the game we had a couple weeks ago with Cecina, and you've seen the presence already, is working that sideline. Getting to the place where he might be able to break one, and if not, getting out of bounds, be able to move the chains.
Did stop the clock at 11:15. Antoine goes to the sideline to get the play. We do not see the play clock right now, but they're hurrying to the line of scrimmage. Antoine now under center. The pitch. It'll be Brown. Brown, tough yards there.
I don't think he got it.
No, I don't think he did either. He's shy of the 45.
Tell you again, you know, that you get a long sweep here and getting to the outside. Sometimes those plays can take a while to develop, and the Bulldogs front line there did a great job of getting some penetration to stretch him out a little further than maybe he would have liked to, coming up just about a half yard short. Great stop by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a big motivation right there for Lapel as they'll take over the football at the 46-yard line. So excellent field position for just their second possession. Yeah, let's take a look at this again.
Yeah, front line kind of got stretched out here a bit, kind of coming lateral, but you can already see the penetration here, 75. Even the DN coming in here. And then you got your linebackers coming up to make that stop. Really good job there by the Bulldogs.
Lapel to throw, and that'll fall incomplete at the 50-yard line. So the Bulldogs come out throwing, pass intended for Will Alexander. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, great job there. We've heard Schlomer's name on the offensive side. Well, there you saw him on defense, really initiating that hit right there to ensure that the reception wasn't completed.
Yeah, one of the other top players on defense will be number 55, Colin Thompson. Watch for him tonight. Handoff. And Lapel trying to run the football again. Dollar, not much there.
This will bring up 3rd and long. Again, you had Lapel getting the stop, and now the Eagles are trying to answer what Lapel did to them after both teams scored.
I might have to pull back my prediction in the 40s for both teams. Now that things have kind of calmed down here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and both these teams really wanting to establish the run as well, which we know is going to chew up a lot of clock as well.
All right, big 3rd down and 8. Let's see what Heritage Christian will bring. They're going to bring their linebackers on the blitz. The throw, ball caught 40, and a 1st down. A catch made by Riley Hudson.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this kid's just a freshman. We might add, too, you got Riley Hudson and Noah Hudson, and there is no relation to the two of them, but Riley's just a freshman, showing his presence right there with a 16-yard pickup.
Boy, and a great throw by Brandon Stowe, showing the strength of his arm, and he had the blitz coming too. That is Noah Hudson, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. 9:56 to go. Stowe looking, now rolling. Does he have a man? And the ball high in the air and just out of the reach. And a flag is down. That's going to be interference, I do believe. Pass intended for Nick Whitty.
Yeah, and as if the first flag wasn't enough, you had the back official ended up throwing it again. But, yeah, got out there in the flat. Great thing there on Stowe. Didn't have anything on his first read. Got out of the pocket, tried to make something happen, and almost put it in a place where the receiver could make a play, but ended up getting some pass interference, which will obviously move the chains for them.
By the way, Heritage Christian, the foul right there on Camden Wolf. So we'll put the football down to the 21-yard line. Bulldogs on the march here, trying to take the lead here in the second period of play. Brandon Stowe again out of the shotgun. Dollar The lone setback gets the call over the right side. Tough yards here, breaks tackles. He's at the 10, down to, or should say the 15, down to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, what a great job there of initiating the contact for the Eagles, but in a way of not wrapping. And we talk about technique a lot, but, Dollar doing a great job of eluding that and staying downhill to pick up what looks to be 9 and 2nd and 1 now.
Well, those guys up front opening up some big holes, but give Tyler Dollar a lot of credit breaking tackles right at the line of scrimmage. Stowe back to Dollar, right side, 10, down to the 5, still moving his feet and into the end zone for the touchdown. Couple of big bodies behind him helping him get across the line for the score.
And that's what we talked about in the pregame as well. This is a kid that not only has good footwork, but you can see there he has a little bit of power in the game of getting downhill here as well. So great job by the Bulldogs and getting in a place where when you get stops, and Coach Miller talked about that as being able to get off the field on 3rd down, which they did, but turning those into points is huge.
16 touchdowns on the year now by Tyler Dollar. The extra point is good. 9:05, period 2. Lapel takes the lead 14-7. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Impressive drive by the Bulldogs to take a 14-7 lead back here at Heritage Christian High School. So now the Eagles, after not getting a 4th down conversion, now will take over the football. They return to the 25-yard line. Good special teams play by Lapel.
Yeah, pretty good coverage there in terms of that. I'll tell you, too, we talked about some of the keys to the game, and what Coach Miller talked about is running the ball efficiently. There was no secret that they're going to ground and pound, and they've shown that to this point. There's got to be something to be said, too, about, even though it's early, Troy, it's just Dollar's endurance. Yeah. I mean, he's had quite a few carries and a bit of a load where he's pushing north of 12 carries already. And so, done a great job of helping his team here.
And a nice touchdown run as well. So now Heritage Christian will take over 1st and 10. Antoine, 2 running backs, will join him in the backfield. It'll be Brown on the carry. Brown breaks a tackle. In fact, one of the defensive linemen had a hold of the jersey, could not hold on.
Yeah, a lot of times you're grabbing. It's tough. I mean, obviously young men, but you want to talk about technique a lot, is really making contact and then wrapping the arms. A lot of times when you see guys reaching and grabbing, trying to make something happen, but most of the times you're going to lose those battles. 2nd
down and 2 after a gain of 8. Riley Hudson, one of the 2 receivers to the right. And here's Brown around the left side, 35-40, cut back, 45, midfield, and finally brought down in Lapel territory, but a great run by Brown.
And again, that's great patience, and not only getting to the outside, seeing the seam, changed it, waited for his blocker to be able to pick up one of the Bulldogs for him to get downfield for almost a 20-yard score. Looks like probably about 17 yards here on this play.
Yeah, take a look at this, and good blocking up front. Boy, they pinned those guys to the inside, and there's your cutback.
On the cutback, yeah, great job.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. We're under the 8-minute mark. Man in motion. Here comes the blitz again by Lapel. A little bubble screen out on the flat, brought down at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and Bulldogs brought the blitz that time. Great job of Kyle's pocket presence again, being able to see that, getting that ball out of his hands quick into the flats to Schlomer to be able to make positive yards, and yet again moving the chains.
Again, Schlomer on the reception. Riley Hudson to the right. That'll be, we'll take that back. It's going to be Shelton to the right. Riley Hudson on the other squad. Here's the keeper by the quarterback, Antoine, still on his feet, down to the 10, and finally brought down near the 8-yard line.
Yeah, another example there of the read option. And that really puts the decision totally in the hands of the quarterback there to read what the defense is doing, whether to keep it or whether to hand it off. And Kyle obviously making the correct decision there, picking up about 30 yards on this carry.
Yeah, I'll tell you
what. Great job here.
Yeah, he was able to get by 2 tacklers right there. Excellent run. So now Heritage coming right back. 1st and 10. Low snap picked up by Antoine, and he's going to just throw this one to the end zone. Did he get it in? Touchdown.
Yeah, great job. Athletic play by Yates going up to get that. Hello, Friday Night Lights.
So what a way to come back for Heritage Christian after failing to convert on 4th down, and then Lapel comes back and scores, and HC answers just like that.
And this is exactly what we thought we might get tonight, Troy, and both these teams really resembling each other quite a bit. And you get a score against a score, then you get a stop against a stop. And here we are again answering a score. So great job here.
Mateo Jesh will come in to attempt the extra point, try to tie this ball game. Nope, they're going to roll out to the right side, throw to the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It falls incomplete. So Heritage Christian tried to take the lead there. They will fail to do so. 6:37 to go here before halftime. Lapel 14, Heritage Christian 13. This is high school football on IndianaSRN. Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Lapel, as you see, leading it by 1. We're right before the half. Both teams able to respond to the punch thrown by the opponent, and the deep kick will drive the return man into the end zone. He's going to bring it out across the 10 and brought down near the 17-yard line. That'll be Riley Hudson on the return for Lapel.
Yeah, good deep kick. Usually don't see high school players putting them in the end zone, but great job there in doing so. Here's the replay here. Great pass by Antoine, but what a great job by Yates going up to get that. And the nice thing, once again, we talked about it earlier, where Antoine's placing that ball only where his receiver can get it, whether it's going to be completed or not.
Well, you couldn't have placed it there better. I mean, you had to keep it in bounds, and great touch.
Yeah, great job putting it in the corner, but again, the athleticism for him to go up and get it was great.
So the Bulldogs take over 1st and 10. Deep in their own territory, will put it at the 17-yard line. Stowe out of the shotgun, 4 receivers to work with, has time. Now will tuck it under himself across the 20, puts a shoulder down across the 25, and they'll say he went out of bounds near the 27-yard line.
Yeah, good job of, again, recognizing him. I didn't see anything that he liked and just trying to think about creating positive yards for his team.
Boy, both teams marched down the field in their first possessions tonight, and then things kind of stalled a little bit. Both teams making the necessary adjustments, and then Lapel took the lead, but Heritage Christian coming right back to make it a 1-point ball game. Stowe, handoff up the middle, power run near the 38-yard line. And the carry, that was going to be Tyler Dollar again on the carry there for Lapel.
Yeah, great job. Not only getting downhill, but running over a couple Eagles at that. Trying to put his stamp on things.
180 pounds. He runs like he's closer to 200.
Yeah, he's strong kid.
So it'll be first down, football again at the 38 for the Bulldogs. Stowe to throw, again flushed out of the pocket. Will tuck it at the 40 and then driven out of bounds. And I know some of the fans might want a late hit right there. In fact, Brandon Stowe himself thought that he got hit late, but no whistle or no flag that I can see.
Yeah, and I think it's a good no call. I mean, he's still trying to make a play, still inbound. He wasn't in any parts of the white where it did, but it could be close. Got a sideline warning here, it looks like.
So the football will be placed at the 44. They'll move the chains. Well, they're marking something off.
Yeah.
Maybe they did call, but we just didn't see the flag. And it will be.
It is. Yeah, that's interesting. But that's why we're calling the game from where we're at, and they're calling up, and we got another one here. Unsportsmanlike now coming. Going to be 15 more.
Yeah, that's going against Heritage Christian. Their sideline apparently a little bit too much lip service after that last call.
Well, I'll tell you what, you not only get 30 positive yards for your team, but your team didn't have to do anything to get it, and they're getting a breather.
Does that go in the total yard section?
No, I'm sure someone wish they would. Then they'd be trying to worry about who gets credited for those, right?
Tell you what, we've got a timeout on the field as both teams will go to their respective sidelines. We'll take a timeout as well. Lapel on top 14-13. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Lapel football first down and 10 following the two penalties. Here's the carry by Dollar to the end zone. Touchdown, the Bulldogs, benefiting from two straight penalties and now the big run for the score.
Yeah, great job here. Just, again, having vision, seeing the seam, and hitting it. The great thing, too, that I like about Tyler is there's not a lot of dancing.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't try to, dance around trying to make the moves, but he sees the hole, he gets downhill and hits it, and just thinks positive yards. This kid's really special, does some great things in terms of with his feet and how he's doing things for his team here.
3 touchdowns tonight. The extra point attempt is on the way and good. And Lapel coming back, now leading at 21-13, 5:48 to go before the half. This is high school football on IndianaSRN. 5:48 to go before the half. Bulldogs will kick it off, and we've had an exciting first half both ways. But, boy, how big, and I know we'll talk about this as the game goes along. It may be a factor, maybe not, just how that whole thing transpired right there against the Eagles.
Yeah, no, back-to-back penalties. And being anyone that's a 15-yarder, one's tough. Get back-to-back really sets you up in a tough situation for your defense.
All right, so Heritage Christian will get the football back. There will be return inside the 10, 15-20, and good special teams play again for Lapel.
Yeah, and that's on both kickoffs that they've had, the last two. They've had great coverage in limiting them not to have a good starting field position.
Charlie Pitcock, a senior, in on the tackle for Lapel. There is a flag down at the 27-yard line. Now we wait and sort this one out.
Well, typically on kickoffs, too, this is going against the receiving team most of the times, but looks like they're bringing some more over here. Another personal foul, yep. On the receiving team. So now you've had three 15-yard plays, penalties in the last 4 plays. That makes it tough. And, Heritage has been one that's been, a very disciplined team. Sometimes you don't think. Now, one of those, of course, we know came from the sideline from the kids. But those are things that you see. Here's a replay of the touchdown here that you get. Dollar just hitting the seam right here. Getting what was a good block and him splitting the seam here.
I'll give credit to Grant Morris. He was the tackle, I believe, on the right side who got that push to the inside. Here is the run. 20, 25, out to the 30 by Colton Brown, so he gets quite a bit of real estate back.
Yeah, and that's what they need. They need to establish that to really open some things up for the dink and dunks that they do with the short passing game, but they'll need plays such as this to happen with Brown.
Boy, he did most of that by himself, as you see the replay right here. Great job after the catch. So it'll be first down coming up on 5 minutes to go before the half. It is homecoming night here for the Eagles. Antoine will hand it off. Brown over the left side, 35, 36-yard line. Well, let me ask you a little bit. You coached for many years. Sometimes things do get a little bit heated when a flag goes down. No different than basketball when a call didn't go your way. But really the bottom line is you got to now kind of keep your cool, and the players got to do the same thing.
No, you do. And, I mean, those things happen, but it's short-term memory, and you're on to the next play.
So it'll be second down and 4. Antoine with Brown in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, hash mark left. Brown right up the hash and gets across the 40 to the 42.
Really good job there. I'll tell you, too, if you've seen this at home the same way as Brown does a great job of getting his motor going quick. The feet are active, and by the time he's hitting the line of scrimmage, I mean, he's at full speed. Kid's got great acceleration.
Kyle Shelton, the linebacker for the Bulldogs, to make the stop on the last play. It'll be first down and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Antoine down the middle of the field and cannot get the receiver. Flag is down, and we do have a pass interference call here, I do believe.
Yeah, in some ways this may play a little bit of benefit to Lapel, because without that pass interference, Schlomer probably catches that ball for a gain of 30. You only get 15 on the penalty.
Well, they're waving it off.
Waving it off now.
That's not going to go well on the HC sideline.
I was getting ready to say, it felt like they didn't get the benefit of the doubt earlier on offense, and now, or excuse me, on defense. Now they're getting it here on the offensive side.
How would you like to be the sideline official right there that is hearing all that, huh?
Yeah, he's getting an earful. That's what he's saying. He's like, come here, I got to tell you something right now.
Can we slow this down a little bit? I'm over here getting this. So they're going to meet. Just a reminder, though, tonight's game brought to you in part by IUPUI Sports Management. You know, right now sports management careers are booming, and when you're managing the business of sports, you're always a major player in the game. Their graduates work in crucial and demanding positions at sports organizations as well as venues, managing arenas and stadiums, handling publicity for their teams, and developing the market for innovative sports products. Contact them at iupui.edu/sports management. Second down and 10. Now for Heritage Christian. Here's Brown on the carry, puts his head down, and that's a tough few yards right there to the 45.
Yeah, great job by the Mike linebacker there, hitting the gap and keeping Brown underneath, because if not, probably would have been moving the chains once again. But on the other side of that, it looks like he's gaining about 3 yards. So setting up 3rd and long here.
Colton Kadinger there for Lapel. So now it'll be 3rd down and 7. They have to get to the Lapel 48-yard line. Trips to the right side. Single receiver split wide to the left. Brown in motion to the right. They'll throw. Antoine sideline pattern. Ball is going to be caught at the 25. And Schlomer, I believe, is the receiver, and he is. And there's your 1st down.
Great job again. Schlomer, his guy, getting on the outside, getting vertical. Ball hung up in the air, probably a little bit longer. He had to wait on it, but here we'll get a look at it again.
Lapel had to keep an eye on Brown, didn't they?
Yeah,
he's wide open.
Foot. Yeah, safety didn't release over as well. Got there a little late. Gained about 40 yards here.
Well, Lapel giving up the big play right there, and now Heritage Christian has it inside the 20, so we're in the red zone. Antoine will keep it himself. Down to the 10, still driving ahead. Did he step out of bounds? And he may have before that extra little effort there. Got him a couple of yards, but we're going to put him at about, the 3-yard line.
Really good job of getting outside there, and it looked like it was a design play for him to keep. And that's a great thing of having a dual-threat quarterback, which both of these teams do, and getting him outside the pocket to make positive plays happen.
So I'll give the Eagles credit. Everything has gone against them, and yet they've come back strong here.
No, great response by these kids, and that's what you want is the resiliency of them.
Brown in the backfield. He'll get the call over the left side into the end zone, and the touchdown for the Eagles. And they come right back, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, and you'll probably see them maybe go for 2 possibly here to try to tie this game up.
Well, I may have to go back to my prediction. Both teams in the 40s were about there, right?
Yeah, that's it.
No doubt about it. We're right.
Betting man?
Well, let me tell you what. The last 2 volleyball games I did, I told Keith, and he worked both of them. I said, Keith, they're going to go 5. They went 5, and he's hated me ever since. So it looks like that will be the case here for the Eagles. See Antoine coming back to the huddle right there. Breaks up quickly. See if Brown will get the call again. Low snap. Brown. Sweep left. Cut back. And he'll get in for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, the Eagles marching down the field, tie the ball game. 2:44 before the half. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Good one going on here. We're tied at 21. Lapel will get the football back. Line drive kick will go into the end zone. We'll bring it to the 20, and we have some updates on some scores.
Yeah, so we got about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter where Covenant's leading Clarksville 21-0. Got a close one with Frontier and Tri-County with 5.5 to go. Tri-County leading that one 18-16, while Traders Point is beating Edinburgh 19-13 with 5:04 to go before half.
All right, thanks for the update. There's your touchdown just moments ago by Brown. Lapel will take over. Still a lot of time to go here in the first half. 2:44 remaining. Let's see if the Bulldogs will respond the way that Heritage Christian did. Stowe will take his tight end, Will Alexander, move him to the left, handoff Dollar. Dollar gang tackled right there and driven back, not much.
Yeah, great job by A.J. Neal there, stepping up, standing Dollar up, only getting probably a gain of 1 there. But I'll tell you, Troy, this game's been as advertised, and much that we talked about with the game preview. These two teams and coaching staffs are giving us what we anticipated.
They'll give him a yard or about a yard on that last carry. That is Riley Hudson in the slot to the right, single receiver to the left. And Stowe again will look to throw. Pumps now will tuck it under and run it himself across the 25 and near the 28.
You know, interesting enough, we haven't heard Whitty's name yet, which is the leading receiver. Heard it a lot on Schlomer on the Eagles side, and I'm sure they'll look to get him involved a bit more because he is a deep threat for the Bulldogs.
Nick Stewart on the stop, the last carry for Heritage Christian, down to 1:40. Stay tuned at halftime. As we mentioned, we'll have the halftime festivities for you from here at Heritage Christian. The quarterback keeper, Stowe.
It's going to be close. Looks like they might have him short here, Troy.
Yeah, the way they're approaching it, he's a half a yard.
Yeah, interesting call here. Be tough to go for this this short, but it looks like they're lining up ready to go for this.
So officially, we'll call it 4th and 1. Well, you got a back like Tyler Dollar, and you got a running back with good size, right?
Yeah, it's tough this early, being inside your own 30, though. Here we go, rolling the dice, and he's going from shotgun at that.
So here we go, big 4th and 1 call right here. Will they try to draw him off sides?
Now you're going to see a timeout. Yeah, figured you might. Now they'll reevaluate and try to see, in fact, what they might do.
Yeah, we'll find out here in a moment. Timeout on the field, tied at 21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Hey, a reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. In 2002, Piper Logistics was established with the encouragement and financial support of a spirited customer who helped Greg and Tim develop their vision. If you need something transported, contact Piper Logistics at 317-395-1023. Well, Coach, do you still go for it right here?
Yeah, they're lined up for it. Now, whether or not they try this, but I don't think you'll see another timeout right away. But now he's under center, so.
That is Stowe. Will he quarterback sneak it right here? And he's going to give it a shot, and I think he got it. Yep.
He did. Now you might see a timeout. Yeah, I was going to say stop the clock to see if they can manage something here.
Well, they got quickly to the line of scrimmage. You mentioned Whitty. He's one of those two receivers to the left. They'll work it off the hash mark left, so that'll be the short side. Stowe again. Here he rolls, throws to the near side, and nobody there. Riley Hudson was the closest receiver.
Yeah, there's a good decision in terms of knowing that he had a receiver out there to get rid of the ball, to not put himself in a position where you're moving your team backwards. So good decision there by Stowe.
Yeah, and Heritage Christian came with some pretty good pressure off that right side.
Yeah, which is a great call. I mean, try to bring the heat here, flush him out of the pocket to make something happen quicker than what the quarterback might want to happen, to make sure that you don't put them in a position to get positive yards.
2nd down and 10. Noah Hudson just inside the numbers there at the left of your screen. One receiver to the left, and a whistle will stop play. And a delay of game will be called against Lapel, so that's going to move him back 5 yards.
Bring the ball back 5 yards, makes it
So now we'll make it 2nd down and 15. Still 28.1 seconds remaining in the first half. Stowe. Here comes the pressure, the pitch, and this will go to number 42, Shelton. Shelton across the 45, lost the football, and it'll be turned over on the fumble.
And guess who? Colin Thompson, their leading tackler. What a fantastic heady play, which you really don't see this a lot in high school like you do in college and pro, is really going for the strip. He came really on the backside with a heavy right hand. Immediately came down almost like a club and immediately came out. You'll see it here on the replay. Great call by Lapel too, though, getting out here, middle misdirection. Here he comes right here over the top, right there.
Wow.
Great heady play that you just don't see a lot on the high school level. And really gives them a possibility with, I'll tell you, too, Antoine a couple weeks ago against the Scene, we saw him throw one a little over 60 yards, so he's got an arm.
19.6, that's our first turnover of the ball game. Football at the Heritage Christian 49-yard line. Antoine to throw, has time, fires downfield and overthrows his intended receiver. That'll fall incomplete.
Again, the Bulldogs did a great job of it looked like it was by design for Kyle to get outside the pocket, which you'll see a lot, as we mentioned earlier. It does a great job of throwing the ball with good accuracy on the run, and looked like it was by design, but Bulldogs did a great job of putting some pressure on him to throw it maybe a little quicker than what he would have liked and not allowing the receiver to run under it.
Still 12.3 to go. That was Austin Yates, the intended receiver. He'll stay in the ball game to the right. Trips to the left. Brown the lone setback. Antoine again to throw. Has time. Unloads this one to the far sideline, and it falls incomplete. The receiver wanted a flag. Nothing there.
Yeah, again, a lot of times not going to get that, but I understand Schlomer in that case wanting that, trying to set his team up for maybe a last-second field goal opportunity. So I'm sure you're going to see it again, throwing a Hail Mary once again here with what probably is going to be the last play of the half.
Yeah, only 5.7 to go. An extended halftime coming up. So this could be the final play of the first half. Heritage Christian trying to move to 7-0 on the season. Antoine to throw. This one down the middle of the field, high in the air, up for grabs, and it'll fall incomplete, and that will do it. We're at halftime here at Heritage Christian High School on homecoming night. It's Lapel 21, Heritage Christian 21. We'll be back in a few moments right after we get done with the homecoming activities. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Game day on Indiana SRN. And now here's a special message from Assistant Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Sandra Walter.
In cooperation with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Indiana SRN would like to thank the men and women who officiate our sports contests. Congratulations to the following officials who've been selected as Official of the Year in their respective sport. This distinction is based on service to student athletes, coaches, and community over decades. These men and women have given countless hours to promoting and ensuring that education-based athletics are afforded to your student athlete. In cross country, Mr. Ted Knopfsinger. Soccer for 21-22, Mr. Lawrence Lohner. In volleyball in the north, Mr. Steve Klein. And in football in Lake County, Mr. Fred Schob. If you'd like to become an IHSAA official, please contact Sandra Walter at the IHSAA office, phone number 317-846-6601. And a huge thank you to Mr. Keith Meyer and Indiana SRN for being such an advocate to our officials, our student athletes, and our administrators of 407 member schools across the state of Indiana. We certainly thank you for the support and the constant effort to promote all that is good about education-based athletics.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christians. We are Heritage.
I am Heritage.
We are Heritage.
For 4 years. His parents are Phil and Jill DeVoe. He is on the soccer team and a member of the National Honor Society. His favorite Bible verse is 2 Corinthians 4:17. Carter plans to study pre-med in college. Maya is the daughter of Patrick and Cassie Richardson. This is her 10th year at Heritage. Maya is on the volleyball team. Her favorite verse, Philippians 4:13. She plans to attend college to study pre-dentistry. Carter DeVoe and Amaya Lowry. Next up, John Henry McLemore and Molly Mullinex. John Henry has attended Heritage for 14 years. Is the son of John and Stacia McLemore. He is on the soccer and basketball teams and is a member of the National Honor Society. His favorite verse, Joshua 1:9. He plans to go to college to study pre-med. Molly is the daughter of Jason and Krista Mullinex and has been at Heritage for 13 years. She participates in cheerleading, lacrosse, choir, student council, and National Honor Society. Molly's favorite Bible verse is Romans 12:2. She plans to study psychology and medicine in order to become a psychiatrist. John Henry McLemore and Molly Molinek. Our final two seniors are Mateo Jesh and Katie Stewart. Mateo is in his 8th year at Heritage, is the son of Matthew and Estefana Jesh. He plays football at Heritage and is a member of the National Honor Society. His favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 29:3. Mateo plans to either attend a military academy or an Army ROTC program with the goal of one day becoming an Army Ranger. Katie is the daughter of Darren Stewart and Deneen McNeese. She's been attending Heritage for 12 years and is currently the varsity football manager, as well as a member of National Honor Society. Her favorite Bible passage is 1 Peter 3, verses 3 and 4. Katie plans to study pre-med at Indiana University. Mateo Jesh and Katie Stewart. Please give one more round of applause for the entire homecoming court. And now, the homecoming queen and king for 2021 are John Henry McLemore and Molly Molinek. And here are the final standings for the 2021 homecoming class competition. In 4th place, with a total of 873 points, the freshmen. In 3rd place, with 1,371 points, the sophomores. And in the closest class competition in Heritage Christian School history, juniors and seniors separated by a mere 28 points. With 1,904 points, 2nd place goes to the juniors. And with a total of 1,932 points, 1st place goes to the senior class of 2022. Congratulations, seniors. Next up, we direct your attention to the south end of the field for an exciting Chick-fil-A competition.
All right, let's give one more hand for our homecoming court. Congratulations. All right, we are going to do our Chick-fil-A football toss competition. Our first competitor here is Ellie. We picked these students because they are sectional champions. Ellie was the sectional champion in girls golf down at the Cathedral sectional. Zane is a sectional champion for our boys tennis team. They made history last night. Our first boys tennis team ever to win a sectional championship. All right, so here's the game. We're going to have football. We're going to try to toss them through the hoops. We did this a couple weeks ago. Whoever gets the most, this is what you're winning tonight. Chick-fil-A for a year. The winner gets Chick-fil-A for a year. All right, are we ready? We're going to wait. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, go 2 for 2. Ellie 3. Oh, Ellie is not missed. She is not missed, Zane, she is not missed. She still hasn't missed. She still hasn't missed. Ellie is on fire. She has not missed. 30 seconds. Oh, Ellie. Ellie. 20 seconds. All right, we got to end this. By far, the winner of Chick-fil-A for a year is Ellie. Woo! Congratulations, Ellie. And thank you to Chick-fil-A for sponsoring our halftime throwing contest.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirits, to pure sports.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Back here once again at Heritage Christian High School, tied at 21. There you see the Heritage Christian High School band, the fans enjoying a beautiful night of high school football. Troy Darengowski along with Craig Cox. And we've got some scores we're going to run down. We'll talk a little bit about some of the things happening also tomorrow, the HCAC, the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference game of the week. But let's talk about the first half. We've seen just about everything. Both teams able to drive down the field, sustain drives. We've seen some quick scores. We've seen good running, good passing, just about everything.
No, we have, and I think, each team has answered scores. Each team has answered stops. We talked about what the keys were at the beginning with both these teams, doing it both in the air and on the ground, but primarily more on the ground for both of them, and we've seen that. We talked about how the teams mirrored each other quite a bit. We've seen that. We've seen some things that really aren't too out of characteristics of either of these teams. They showed what we anticipated that we thought we would get, and it's been a great half. Been one that has been loaded on both sides of the ball.
Well, you got some numbers, too, in the first half. You want to talk a little bit about that, and then we'll talk about some of the other games going on around the state of Indiana.
Yeah, so, on the Heritage side, Kyle Antoine, the quarterback, went over 100 in the air and almost has 70 on the ground with his running. Colton Brown has 80 yards, and Schlomer has 100. And, again, these are all unofficial, but numbers there that we're seeing. And then on the Lapel side, not really what we might have anticipated from the passing game, even though they do a lot more on the ground. But Stowe has put up some good numbers in the air. But tonight, less than 50 yards in the air. But Tyler Dollar has got a number of runs, and the carries have come in bunches. And we talked about his endurance, but he's over 100 yards already in the first half. As well. So been great on both sides of the ball with what both coaches indicated would be keys for them.
Yeah, and Tyler Dollar, by the way, all 3 touchdowns tonight for Lapel. Now, it's a busy night, as we mentioned, week number 7. Do have some scores. In fact, run down some of the updates you have, and then we'll run down some of the other ones going on.
Yeah, so the ones coming to you on SRN to different homes here tonight, these are all at the half. Tri-County over Frontier, 18-16. We have Covenant, 35-0 over Clarksville. Close one at the half with Edinburgh and Traders Point, with Edinburgh leading that one by 2, 21-19. And then the Marauders of Mount Vernon are putting it on Newcastle at the half, 46-0. But I understand you got one that's a little bit more than that, Troy.
We're going to get to that in a minute, because I got to ask you about that one. I'm just not sure my mind can get around it, but we will. In the second quarter, Carmel is leading Ben Davis 14-10. Also in the second, Ron Colley about to go to 7-0. They're beating a 5-1 Bloomington North team 35-6. In the first, but we haven't gotten an update on this one in a little bit, it was Fishers leading Franklin Central 3-0. Halftime, Brownsburg over Zionsville 16-0. Also at halftime, Cathedral's on the road at Cincinnati LaSalle. Cathedral on top 21-0. Hamilton Southeastern is shutting out Noblesville 24-0. And Western Boone on the road at Southmont. They were coming in at 5-1. Western Boone 35-0 there. And Warren Central, they were on top of Lawrence North 14-7 in the first. Now, I was checking scores, and I came across Lawrenceburg, just a very, very, very good football team. They are in the top 10 in both the polls, coaches, as well as the Associated Press poll. But they said on the update, in the first quarter, they were beating Rushville 70-0. Now, I don't know about you, but that's like thinking about how far the furthest universe is away in miles and trying to put your mind around it. I hope that's not true, but every indication is it is.
No, that's got to be tough. I mean, not only for the players, the coaches. Obviously, trying to keep your kids encouraged with something like that. And I think even the bigger thing is how not far along that game is.
Yeah.
It was reported maybe that might have been a first quarter score.
Yeah, it was.
Which I don't know if that was a typo or not, but I don't know how you get 10 possessions in a quarter. But at the same time, we'll continue to keep posted on those scores.
Wow. By the way, one other game, Adams Central leading Southern Wells 61-0, but that's at least at halftime.
Yeah.
We're coming back. Second half action tied at 21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
We are back once again at Heritage Christian High School. Pep Band doing their job here tonight. Beautiful night. And Well, let's go to the second half, and we have all indications are that both teams will make the adjustments necessary. We understand that, but what do you expect in the second half? More of the same?
Run. No, I think I think both these teams probably more so. Heritage wants to be able to balance the two of them. I think Lapel's going to continue to just run and run and run. But that they can show some things down the field as well. But I think both these two teams are trying to establish the clock game a lot, and that's a lot with the run. So we'll see what's in store here as Lapel is set to receive the ball here at the start of the third quarter.
By the way, Heritage Christian, the 21 points they've given up in the first half, the most they've given up in the first half of play the entire season. Bulldogs will get it first. They will have a return. Good special teams play, at least on the outset right there for Heritage Christian. And going out of bounds will be Riley Hudson for Lapel, and not very good field position for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, did a good job of eluding one tackler with the stiff arm here, but in a place where it looks like they're going to start around the 15-yard line. But yeah, I think both these teams are going to want to establish the clock, and I do look to see Lapel to probably find a little bit more passing, but overall I think you're going to see the majority of the time running a lot of Tyler Dollar.
By the way, last week against Covenant Christian, Heritage Christian only had 6 points in that second half. They had 28 in the first half, so we'll see how they respond in the second half here tonight. Stowe will hand it off. Here is Dollar, and he'll get near the 20.
Well, something very simple, just off the A gap here, getting what we're anticipating to see a lot of 15 here in the second half.
A.J. Neal makes the stop there for Heritage Christian. Second down. Football at the 19-yard line, so let's call it second down at about 4. Handoff, Dollar over the left side. Dollar across the 30, out to the 35, maybe 36-yard line, first down carry.
Yeah, again, just hitting the seam and going. That's what I really like. I mentioned this in the first half about him is he hits it and just heads south. Get a good job with the acceleration of hitting the hole. Looks like about 16 on the play there.
This is already beginning to look like the first drive the Bulldogs had of the football game. So it'll be first down and 10. We're just underway here in the third. That is Alexander from left to right. Handoff once again. Dollar tried to cut back right there. Not much running room against that Eagle defense.
Yeah, I got 3 plays, $3.
We'll put it right at about the 41-yard line. So second down and 6. That is Noah Hudson now split wide to the right. So 3 receivers in the ball game. Alexander will shift to the left to throw, and a low throw. Ball caught 46, or nope, they're going to say it is incomplete. It hit the turf. It was intended for Hudson.
Yeah, something there, just a little quick pass, trying to keep it on bay, and that's what, again, it got great ability with some of these receivers, and Stowe's got a good arm, and that's the weapon that you have in terms of having Dollar in the backfield to set up the passing game.
I know the officials, Riley Hudson was trying to tell them that was a good completed pass, but they didn't believe it, so we're going to move the football back once again to the 39-yard line. I've never seen a player convince an official to change that.
Yeah, and no replay, so you're not going to get any help from there either.
I haven't seen too many coaches do that either, have you? I mean, you've been in the game a long time. Did you ever get anybody to change their mind?
No.
No.
We're
going to take a timeout. It's an early timeout here in the third, 10:25 to go, tied at 21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Back once again here at Heritage Christian High School. 3rd down and 6 following the timeout. Blitz shown here by the Eagles as Stowe will throw the football over the middle. It'll fall incomplete near the 50-yard line. Riley Hudson, the intended receiver.
Yeah, and Waylon was right there. He's upset at himself. Had one for the pick there and just dropped it. He's still bothered by it, which I get, But, one that was kind of a little bit more uncharacteristic of Stowe, kind of forcing that ball, kind of throwing into double coverage. Was fortunate, didn't get that with a long 4th and 6 here. And ended up seeing our first punt of the night, I believe, by either team.
I wasn't sure we even had punters,
Wonder lack of roster spots. Might not need them.
The Bulldogs again will punt at 4th down and 6. So Heritage Christian could have very good field position right here. Lapel, their first possession of the second half, and the kick by Riley Hudson drops at the 35 and will take a roll both ways and eventually will roll in favor of Lapel. So first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, if I take a moment here too, just I always want to give a shout out to the both respective schools and their training staffs, athletic trainers, all the protocols that are still having to be followed by the training staff, health officials, these coaches, these players just have really done a remarkable job of keeping kids healthy and giving these kids an opportunity to compete every Friday night, as well as even other sports as well. And to the IHSAA under the Commissioner Paul Neig and all that he and his staff is doing as well. It's been great.
Yeah, there have been a couple of games that either were canceled tonight or they had to find a new opponent. One of those Indianapolis Tech and Anderson. Here's a little swing pass to the outside, 40-41. Ball completed there to Schlomer.
Zach Schlemer.
Again, just something in the flats, moving. It looks like about 7. Yeah, it looks like about 7 yards on the play just out here in the flats. And again, we talked about that before. A lot of their routes will be, more slants, more hitches, little out routes. That will keep you off bay and then trying to hit you with Brown with the running game.
Let's call it 2nd down and 3 here for the Eagles. Kyle Antoine with Brown in the backfield. Brown gets the call, gets hit immediately, and able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job there by the interior lineman there, getting Brown almost for what would have really been a loss, but his uncanny ability just to fall forward got him back to the line of scrimmage. Sets up with a 3rd and 5 here.
Yeah, football at the 39-yard line. 9 minutes remaining here in the third. The pace of this third quarter a little bit different than what we saw in that opening quarter. Both teams in their first possessions driving down the field, putting points on the board. So big 3rd down right here for Kyle Antoine. Looks to the sideline, fires, ball caught. It'll be a first down across the 45 out to about the 47. There's Zach once again able to make the catch and a first down for Heritage Christian.
Great job of Antoine there with really just a one-step drop and getting that ball out quick. And I'll tell you, he's got great velocity on the ball too. It's arriving quick for Schlomer, making a good play there to move the chains.
So Heritage Christian, the first down. Christian Dora is in the ball game.
Looks like he had some movement.
Yeah, flags will fly. Dora, number 13 for Heritage Christian. First time we've called him tonight.
Yeah, getting a little antsy there. Obviously, mental mistakes you don't want to happen, but again, keeping in mind these are young athletes, and we see it all the time with jumping off sides.
I want to remind you that we'll have all these scores from our 7th week of high school football on the sports page tomorrow morning. I want to remind you, too, it is week 1 of 7 straight Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference football. Talk more about that coming up in a moment as well. First down and 15. Here's Brown, sweep right, 45, cut back 50 into Lapel territory. Nice second effort and a great cutback run by Brown.
No, it was. Great read there. Kind of 2 misdirections, a little jump cut, and looks what picking up about maybe 10 yards there.
If I may go back to tomorrow's game, Mount St. Joe at Bluffton. The pregame coverage at 1:15. Kickoff is at 1:30. College football on IndianaSRN. 2nd down and 5 here for Heritage Christian. Antoine to throw, has plenty of time, and they caught inside the 30. Is that Zach again? It is. Great catch. And Schlomer able to come up with it right there, and he was great coverage too.
Yeah, no, great job again of showing some great poise and delivering that ball with a great strike to Schlomer again. I'll tell you, these two have great chemistry, and they're showing it tonight. Zach was over or right at 100 yards in the first half here.
Here's another look at it, but great time in the pocket here by Antoine. Good protection and a great throw. Boy, that was bang, bang. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Trying to take the lead. Brown starts left, cuts back right across the 25 down to the 23.
Yeah, great job there of Brown just getting to the outside, anticipating and knowing. The good thing, too, I haven't mentioned this yet, is Brown has done a great job this year of just ball security. He hasn't lost any fumbles. And you start to think about how many times the ball is in his hands. That's a great thing that he brings to the team in ball security.
And we've only seen one turnover tonight. As we come up on the 6-minute mark, Lapel showing blitz. They'll fake the handoff. Brown makes the catch out on the flat down to about the 22. So Heritage Christian playing on that short side of the field as the ball will be placed at the hash mark on the right again. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Well, I'm going to have to go back on my prediction. We may not get into the 40s for each team here. We're stuck on 21 each.
Yeah, it slowed a little bit down. I mean, even late in the second quarter and into here in the third with the Eagles getting a stop and then now seeing what they do with converting this on this drive.
Yates and Dorr split wide to the left. Here's Brown, sweep again, short side, and he gets the first down up the sideline. See if he stepped out of bounds. He did, but he got the first down. We'll put the football at the 12.
Yeah, good. Great. Had a great lead block there by A.J. Neal, getting out wide here to the outside with him being able to read his blocks. Oh, looks like we just get a late flag? Late
got a
flag.
There?
Yeah, it might have been after the play, it appeared, because that came in pretty late.
Yeah, it was thrown when both teams were actually separating, but we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. You know, and those are the things. You already had them moving the chains already and now trying to tack that off to where it's now going to pay you half the distance to the goal. Those are just the things that will, put in a coach's mind. But, again, you got to move on. You're not going to get those back. You got to reset and get to the place where you can hope to keep them out of the end zone.
So now 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Antoine will keep it himself as he fakes the handoff, gets into the end zone, but another flag comes in. So hold on just a moment. And we've got a holding penalty. Anytime you see that flag thrown right in the interior of the offensive line, it's generally going to be a hold.
Yeah, again, you want to cut down on mental mistakes there. You know they're going to happen. But, again, you got to be in a place where you put those behind you, focus on the next play up.
You know, it might have been 56 Orsted only because one of his teammates pointed to him. He's like, it wasn't me, it was him. What a way to sell out your teammate, huh?
Well, the thing about it is you don't have the microphones with the officials in high school, so your number's not going to be called. But he sure was getting pointed out.
They'll see that on tape and wait a minute.
Yeah, might get that caught tomorrow in film.
So it's still going to be 1st and goal. Football back to the 15-yard line. Antoine, here comes the blitz as Antoine gets rid of it quickly to Brown. Brown at the 10, still on his feet. Cut back again. Touchdown. What a great run by Colton Brown.
Again, this kid's vision is really, really good. He just does a great job of reading.
Boy, he didn't cut back just once. It was 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, a couple.
Man. So Heritage Christian takes the lead 27-21, and there you see the congratulations from the sidelines, and well deserved. So now the extra point. So far, he's been perfect tonight. Mateo steps in once again. Heritage Christian trying to move now to 7-0 on the season, but we've still got a lot of football to be played. That's through the uprights. 28-21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back once again at Heritage Christian High School as that kickoff will sail through the end zone. Want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. And here's that touchdown run.
Yeah, you got Brown cutting back a few different times. Obviously, we'd like your defense to be in a position where you're we talked about earlier, putting more shoulders on guys and wrapping arms. There was a little bit of reaching going on, but Brown did what he needed to do to find the end zone.
Well, let's see how Lapel will answer the call. Brendan Stowe will bring his offense out. 1st and 10, football at the 20-yard line. Dollar, the setback, gets the call. Sweep around the left side, 25, still on his feet, 30, out to about the 32. So a big run for Tyler Dollar.
Well, that's what both these running backs are as advertised. They're certainly not letting anyone down tonight in terms of what we talked about, their talent and their skill set in terms of out of the backfield and what they give their respective teams. Great job here of just eluding a few tacklers and moving the chains.
Clayton McMillan, number 52, out on the lead block there. Once again, Dollar over the left side, 35, brought down.
So good with the Dollar once again.
Great job there. Schlomer on the tackle. Again, keeping him under the 5. We talked about that earlier. You're keeping him under 5 yards on your carry, even though we know a couple times you're going to get first downs, but you got to contain him that way.
2nd down and 7 here for the Bulldogs. They'll fake the handoff. Stowe will roll. Looking downfield, he's going to have to take it himself and knocked out of bounds on the near sideline near the 45, perhaps 46, unless he stepped out of bounds and he may have back at the 43.
Yeah, and two good things here that you see. Stowe looking at a place, looking downfield, doing the right thing in terms of not trying to squeeze or make something happen and just trying to make something happen with his feet. But great job by the Eagle defense in terms of their coverage, keeping everything underneath him to limit his positive yards.
So it'll be 1st down. Again, football at the 43-yard line of Lapel. That is Noah Hudson at the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers split wide to the left, hash mark right. High snap, brought down.
Wow.
Good job by Stowe to get it to Dollar, and he's going to get some positive yards.
Yeah, great footwork there. Had a high snap. Really kind of a gamble by Stowe, still trying to exchange the handoff, but they got it done, and Dollar doing a great job of sidestepping with what would have probably been a 4 or 5 yard loss into some positive gain.
And if Brandon Stowe's not 6'3", he doesn't get that football.
Right, yeah.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4. The deep back is again Tyler Dollar. Stowe will turn. Dollar gets the call, puts his head down, and he'll get to midfield.
Yeah, just power game. And We told you tonight that everyone in your household tonight, this game coming to you, we said we were going to get a heavy dose of the dollars, and that's what we're seeing.
Under the 4-minute mark here in the third, a quick third quarter. You see the quarterback, Brennan Stowe, now lining them up at the 50-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. He'll take the snap, handoff, Dollar pounding his way, breaks tackles at the 40, still on his feet. The stiff arm and the great run, and knocked out of bounds and a late hit.
Yeah, and you're going to get 15 more here. I'll tell you what, that's a combination a little bit of both. I mean, maybe not the best of tackling technique, but what a great job of keeping the motor, keeping the legs going, and just the active legs and feet really turned what probably should have been about a 4 to 5 yard play into about 26, 27, and then now you tack on 15 more.
Yeah, boy, this is one of the best runs you're going to see right here.
Yeah, here we got it here.
There's one.
It's getting hit 4 times right here.
There's another. Here's another. There's another. Look at that. And another.
Yeah,
there's your late hit.
Yeah, it's a great job by him, though, is keeping his legs going. But was hit twice, maybe 3 times by the time of the line of scrimmage.
You know, the thing is, he's not a huge guy, 5'10", 180 pounds.
Yeah, he's not, but he runs much stronger than that.
Wow, that's one of the best runs I've seen in a long time. One of the tough runs, in fact, might be the toughest run of the night. 1st down. Keeper here by Stowe, still on his feet, gets inside the 10 to about the 5, and boy, Lapel answering the call after giving up the score to Heritage Christian.
Yeah, great footwork there, a little sidestep. Got a little slippery running through the hole there and getting the seam and getting him probably 3 to 5 more yards here inside the 5.
So now they're knocking at the door as the Bulldogs trying to tie this ball game. And Dollar gets hit, but he stays on his feet, trying to get some positive yardage there. Good gang tackling by the Eagles.
Yeah, great penetration up front. Then got some help from the linebackers here, getting himself back to about the line of scrimmage, but had to fight for those as well.
So now it'll be 2nd down. Put the football again at the 5-yard line.
We see if we can get in the same position that we've been in much throughout this whole game, where each team has answered scores and or stops, and now Lapel's trying to answer Heritage score just previously.
I think these two teams are taking the script from that volleyball game we did last night that went 5. It was back and forth.
It's carryover.
It is. Here's Stowe again. Handoff, Dollar looking for the hole. Flag is down. I think we're going to bring it back. He does get into the end zone, but there's your flag right there, and there's the hold.
Yeah, I tell you, just really impressed with the strength of Dollar and his resilience. I mean, there's so much, as we call them, the yaks, the yard after contact, and he has taken some big hits tonight and has continued to run either through them, around them, or even over them at various times. Really tough times where you find the end zone, and these type of penalties always hurt. But when they come like this, when you get in the end zone, and now you're at 1st and goal from your own 17.
You don't think he's going to be sore tomorrow, do you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's taking a lot of them tonight.
Well, now we'll see how Lapel responds. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line. They'll work with 3 receivers, 2 to the far side. At the bottom will be Noah Hudson. Here's Stowe looking towards Hudson, and a low throw ball caught at the 10-yard line. Good coverage there for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, nice little route, getting some positive yards back, get them in working conditions here on 3rd down. And again, it's a freshman receiver there. But we're in a position now where it's just inside the 10. Be an interesting call if they don't get it here, whether or not they'll go for it on 4th or look to get for the points. Here, a lot of the Heritage crowd making the noise with the play clock winding down.
Yeah, it's down to 8. Once again, same setup with 3 receivers in the ball game. Stowe rolling to his left, looking, throwing. It falls incomplete, but a flag comes out again, and we've got another interference penalty called against Heritage Christian. They got Whalen this time.
Yeah, and timing couldn't be worse, with that. It's 3rd, and you're putting them in a position where they're having a 4th and long, or possibly going to a field goal to now having 1st and goal. Get this go half the distance.
Well, let's take a look.
So getting good outside here, picking up the blitz, block on the outside. Kind of a dangerous pass because it's thrown about a little bit behind him.
Yeah.
But we're in a position now where, again, it's 1st and goal. Got new downs, and Heritage is going to have to really buckle down here because you're going to get a heavy dose of the dollar.
Well, let's see what happens now with 1:14 remaining. Opportunity right here for the Bulldogs. The deep back is Dollar. 3 touchdowns tonight. He gets hit immediately and driven back. Nowhere to go against that Heritage Christian defense.
Yeah, what a great presence there. And I'll tell you, even though Thompson came up with that stop, it was Orsted that got the initial penetration that backed him up, that Dollar bounced off of. Right here, you'll see it. Gets the first one there, and then it's just a slew of Eagles coming in to make that tackle for a loss.
Almost like they knew it was coming. Now the sideline guy over there says it's 4th down. 37 seconds, so this is going to be a field goal attempt. Yeah, they didn't give him a 1st down on the interference call, so this will be a 22-yard field goal attempt. It's on the way and no good.
Tell you, those are tough to have such a positive drive and come up empty-handed. What great, more leverage for is the Eagles in terms of getting that stop. I mean, what a change of momentum there. But although it resulted in no points, still a pretty good drive for Lapel. They'll just need to come back here to get a stop because you don't want to open this up to what we haven't seen in this game, and that is a 2-score game.
By the way, tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. We do so much more than that, so let them help you today. Contact the Morales Group at 317-472-7600. Football will be brought to the 20-yard line after that missed field goal attempt by the Bulldogs, and now the momentum back in favor of Heritage Christian, and they're going to get the ball back with a few seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Antoine, hand up. Nobody's going to keep it himself. High-stepping his way, gets to the 30, near the 31. Nice fake of the handoff to Brown.
Yeah, great play action here. I mean, where he's out of position to where really fooled the defense, thinking that Brown had it on the outside. And just bringing it right up the seam.
That'll do it for the 3rd. We head to period number 4. 12 minutes remaining. Heritage Christian leads at 28-21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
High school football brought to you tonight by Burner Electric. They've been serving the Indianapolis area since 1986. They're family-owned and operated, and they take pride in their customer service and put the customer first. They're fully licensed and insured and offer 24-hour emergency service, and no job is too small. Call them for all of your electrical needs at 317-773-7663. Well, 12 minutes to go, and right now Heritage Christian in the driver's seat. They have the lead and the football. This is really big for both teams right here, isn't it?
No, without question. I mean, you're coming down. Been a great game to this point, much what we thought we would get. Heritage gets a great stop here with the ball and suited up for the last 12 minutes.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. Here is Brown looking left as he'll be dropped after a short gain on the cutback.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the Bulldogs. Again, keeping him underneath. Looks like gave him one on the play. Yeah, Lapel will need to come back here to get a stop to where they don't allow this game to get opened up at all. So this is really critical, like you said, Troy, for both games or both teams.
Last year, this game was Heritage Christian winning it 41-19, so a much different game this year as Heritage Christian given everything they want by Lapel here tonight. Empty backfield, trips to the far side. Ball caught 40-45, and a first down on the reception for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, it's Broderick over the middle with just a quick slant here, gaining about 16 yards. Great job. We'll get a look at it here.
Very rare you see an empty backfield, yeah. Nice gain.
Yeah, very good job.
I was about ready to mention you don't see Heritage Christian go empty backfield much tonight. They usually keep Brown in there, but worked out well that time. That's Yates to the top of your screen. Two receivers to the near side. Man in motion is Schlomer. They'll fake the handoff. Antoine, the keeper, 50, 45, 40, and then tripped up. Shoestring tackle that time for the Bulldogs, but another big run by Antoine.
Yeah, really good job of some misdirection with getting Schlomer in motion here to pull him off. Got a late flag here on top of that. This has got Lapel here 3 times over the last 2 possessions. But yeah, just getting some misdirection with Schlomer and keeping the ball on the ground here with Antoine using his feet. Now tacking on 15 to what was 16 on the rush.
Boy, some big penalties tonight both ways. Heritage Christian got the 2 in a row in the first half, but they responded well. But now the Bulldogs have their back against the wall right here with another big penalty.
Yeah, these are the types of things, again, that can just set your team back. And, you just don't know how those type of penalties are going to impact these young, student athletes here on the next play, which we'll see here.
So Heritage Christian will have it 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Need a big stop right here if you're the Bulldogs. Handoff Brown, little hesitation, and then gets positive yards. Nice carry again for Colton Brown. He's been a workhorse tonight.
Yeah, these ice tubs will probably come in handy for both him and Dollar tomorrow because, again, they've been getting hit quite a bit tonight and carrying a lot of the load for their teams. But again, 2 really good skilled running backs here that we're seeing tonight.
Do they let them do the film session in the tub? I mean,
can they bring those into the film room?
As good as they are, I would, as a coach, let them have it. Here's a keeper by Antoine, down about the 10.
These are things, too, that as a defense, when you're dealing with a quarterback such as Antoine, giving them position to do things with your feet, too. But, we haven't talked about it a lot tonight. What a great job that the Eagles front line, this O-line's been doing with creating holes, as well as Lapel for both these running backs, but also for Antoine with his running game as well.
Yeah, and they're not overly sized either.
They're
good
not,
technique.
No.
So it'll be 1st and goal as we'll put the football near the 9-yard line. Brown around the right side down to about the 5.
Yeah, and that's about what he got there is 5 on the play. I think this will probably bring up 2nd and 5. Or goal, I'm sorry.
Well, if they get the score here, it's going to be an uphill battle for the Bulldogs the rest of the way.
Yeah, it is, especially when you got a team that's using so much clock, too, on this drive. I mean, already taken off almost 4 minutes of the quarter on just half this drive because, as you know, it started late in the 3rd quarter.
Yates and Broderick split wide to the left, single receiver to the near side, and we got a timeout, I do believe. Bulldogs and the Eagles here in the 4th quarter, 8:33 remaining. Heritage Christian leads at 28-21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
Heritage Christian with the football here is Brown over the left side down to about the 4. It'll be 3rd down and goal now for the Eagles.
It's a big play right here, one that's probably extremely monumental for the Bulldogs coming in with what's going to probably be under 8 minutes after this play. They can get a stop here and put Coach Ray in decision mode, whether he goes for the 3 to make it a 2-possession game of 10 points, or if it's a 2-score game if they go for it on 4th.
See the 2 receivers to the right. Slide to the right as well. The quarterback keeper, Antoine, goes in. He was touched near the goal line, and that was about it. But Antoine scores 34-21.
Yeah, another read option play. You see the excitement in him. He's calling for it and then just takes a handshake. But great job, though, of his reading there in that read option in deciding to keep that. Very poised. Good job here of putting 6 more on the board. And again, there's work for Lapel to do here. You see it again right up the middle. And again, you see that again, just reaching, trying to make a play, get that, but didn't get the penetration. And you're just going to lose that 9 out of 10 times without the contact.
Boy, there was so much concentration on Brown that Antoine nearly untouched going in. The extra point is good. 7:50 remaining in this one. Heritage Christian now in a commanding lead, 35-21. This is high school football in IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Back here at Heritage Christian High School, there you see a 35-21 as Lapel will get the football back, and they got a lot of work to do now. Deep kick, but a return and fumbled inside the 5, 10, 15, 20, near sideline 25, out to about the 27, and that's where we have it now, 1st down.
You've had, with the number of scores that we've had tonight, you've had these kickoffs, and the special teams on both sides have really done a good job of not letting anything break for anything long. Both teams have not had very good field position and starting their possessions.
Hey, don't forget you can become a IHSAA official by contacting Sandra Walter at ihsaa.org/officials. If you're interested in basketball, it's right around the corner. 1st down and 10, football again at the 27. Handoff right side, here's Dollar, 30, 35, 40. Fumbles the football, and it squirts away, and it will be Heritage Christian ball.
Yeah, and that's only, it comes at a very, very tough time. He knows that. That's only his 2nd fumble the entire season. But give Heritage credit. Looked like another hand got in there. We'll see it here on the replay. Had about 20, 25 yards here on the pickup. Reaching here, comes right in there. Looks like, I couldn't tell if that was A.J. Neal or Nate Salisbury, but it was one of the two that got that ball out on the strip, and the Eagles covered it up. And I'll tell you what, it's go time now. I mean, Lapel's got to get a stop here. If not, it's going to be extremely tough for them with the time running.
2nd fumble tonight by the Bulldogs. They lose both of them, and here's Brown up the middle near the 45. There's a flag down behind the play.
Brown with a carry, gain of about 4, but we do have flags down.
This will go against, I believe, holding against Heritage Christian. The bad news is you get the penalty. The good news is you got more yards to work with to run more time off.
Yeah, it is. You can't get the time back on.
Next week, Heritage Christian will travel to Tindley. Lapel will make the road trip to Jay County. That's a little bit of a drive over on the eastern side of the state.
It is. Got a couple other score updates. At the end of the third, Edinburgh 27-25, 2-point lead there. Mount Vernon final, 46-0 over Newcastle. And Frontier Tri-County got a lot of close ones. 4:30 to go. Tri-County leading 32-28 over Frontier.
All those scores will be on our website, IndianaSRN.org, later tonight or tomorrow morning. Little swing pass to Brown, 40, 45, cutback 50, 45, 40, still on his feet, 35, and then tripped up near the 32-yard line.
Yeah.
Great vision.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he finds the holes, he hits them. It's a really patient runner. Excited here, we'll see this too. Just again, it's what Heritage will get you. These little screens. Here he hits it, busts the seams. Great cut back here, and almost got through that one as well.
He might have scored because he had a blocker ready to lay on a block right there. Would have opened it up that left sideline even further. But it'll be first down and 10 at the Lapel 31-yard line. Brown stays in as the lone setback. He'll get the call, gets hit immediately and driven back.
Yeah, might have even lost a yard. Haven't had too many of those tonight with Brown, but again, as they're continuing to do this, clock is moving. You can rest assured that Kyle, leading his team here, is going to allow that clock, the play clock, to continue to come down, snapping this ball definitely south of 10 seconds for certain.
Ethan Hewitt got credit for the tackle for Lapel on that last play. It'll be second down. We'll call it 2nd and 10. Football staying at the 31-yard line. Heritage Christian trying to go to 7-0. Lapel showing blitz. Handoff Brown trying to bounce back. Here's another flag down. We might have another hold.
Yeah. And again, perfect position there again for the Bulldogs to have him for a 4 or 5 yard loss. Yeah, it's going to be holding again, but Brown turning that into something that was essentially nothing at the beginning.
Yeah, that was another incredible run, and his ability to get away from the tacklers. It's, in fact, both guys. When you talk about Brown or you talk about the running of Tyler Dollar, we're seeing two of the better running backs in the entire state. Just the way that they are able to run the football.
Yeah, no, they resemble each other quite a bit. Their body build, how they run, the patience of it, and special things for both of these young players.
Well, Lapel now knows it's under 6 minutes. They've got to get that football back if they have any chance here tonight, but Heritage Christian has it now, 2nd down and 22. They have to get to the 31-yard line to get a first down. They'll throw. Antoine, quick hitter, 40. Inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, span there again. Schlomer on another little quick route. Just trying to, again, get some positive yards, keep this clock moving, and hope that they can get this converted. And if not, I'm sure we'll see a punt to play field position.
Hey, don't forget tomorrow, Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference football, Mount St. Joe at Bluffton. 1:15 is the pregame time. 1:30 kickoff, 7 straight weeks of college football here on Indiana SRN. 3rd down, 17, football again at the 39. Antoine to throw, heaves this one down the field, right sideline, ball caught, touchdown. Zach is there again, and another score for HC. Wow, he was wide open too.
Blown coverage probably there a bit, and he got vertical and on the backside. And that's the thing with any receiver, let alone this duo that we have in Schlomer and Antoine. But you got to keep them underneath. Anything that gets vertical over the top of you like that is usually not going to end too good.
Wow, that is big. So now the extra point. Well, this score will look a lot different really than what this game was all about, because this game was tight throughout the first half. Into that third quarter. The kick is on the way. It is good. 4:36 remaining. Heritage Christian now leads this one 42-21. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
.36 remaining. We'll get another look at that Schlamer touchdown coming up in just a couple of moments. First off, the kickoff. As Heritage Christian, they will go to 7-0. Lapel will fall to 5-2 on the season. There will be a return here for the Bulldogs out to the 20, and that was it.
It is fielded by 42 Shelton.
Here we'll take another look at the touchdown from Anton to Schlamer. Just again, you got to try to do your best as a defensive back to keep him underneath. He gets on the top side of him, and it's smooth sailing after that. But again, great connection, great find by Antoine and Schlamer making it there to the end zone to really more than likely put this game somewhat out of reach.
That was Evan Ossenbaugh on the coverage on that touchdown. He was a good 10 yards behind Schlamer on that one. So 4:30 to go. Bulldogs down to their last breath in this one here tonight. That'll be Riley Hudson on the catch. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Yeah, it really kept him intact, and the Eagles did a great job of kind of, again, you're not going to stop a running back like Dollar, but kind of containing him better here in the second half and certainly the fourth quarter than what they did in the first half.
Second and about 10 right here. Stowe will throw over the middle, ball caught, and there is Riley Hudson. You mentioned earlier we hadn't talked much about Nick Whitty, and he really has not been the factor we thought he'd be tonight.
He hasn't, unless I missed one. I don't think that he's actually had a reception tonight, which has been really, really interesting to see, because he came into this game with over 500 yards receiving.
And he has been quieted here this evening as we have first down and 10. This one heaved high in the air, intercepted, and it is at the 45-yard line. And that'll put an exclamation point on this one here tonight.
Yeah, Sam Graves with a great job of not being fooled by the halfback pass that we saw on the very first play that Heritage has. Here we got it here with Dollar getting out. And you can see how wide he went. Kind of did that and threw into double coverage. And good job of the Eagles doing this for them to ride the rest of this clock out.
So Heritage Christian will seal it with that interception. But a great ball game here tonight. Still 3:30 to go. And now Heritage will just try to run out the remainder of the clock. As I mentioned, Lapel back out on the road again next week. We're only a short time away. There's a nice run by Antoine. He's going to take it 25-20 inside the 15, unless they put him right at the 15, but a great run by Kyle Antoine.
Yeah, 46 yards there on that play. Just getting, again, kind of all set, man of motion. Or no, we didn't even have him on man of motion. Looked like just a handoff. Just great job hitting the seam up middle.
Yeah, the concentration was on Colton Brown. We're about ready to say that we're less than 2 weeks away from the tournament pairings for high school football, and then the run for about 4 weeks right up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we're already that far along.
It goes fast. Here's Brown around the right side. Brown at the 10, the 5, tripped up just shy of the goal line.
Brown this time. Brings it all the way forward.
Well, they're about ready to put another at least 6 on the board here.
It looks
like
it. Or it'll be interesting to see if they just get down here now and just take some knees and get in victory formation at this point.
By the way, if you were curious about that Lawrenceburg-Rushville game, it's 91-6 in the fourth quarter.
Unreal.
I don't think I've ever seen a high school football team score 100. They haven't got there yet, but I haven't seen anybody score 91. No, that's not basketball
I was
either.
getting ready to say, most basketball teams don't even score that.
Out of the Wildcat, Brown will take it himself and score. And another touchdown on the board for Heritage Christian, 48-21.
Yeah, again, just pouring it on here in this position here.
Well, Heritage Christian putting some numbers together. The 48 right now, if they get the extra point, will tie the most points in a single game this year. They had 49 in their win over a good Shenandoah team back in week number 2. There's a flag thrown, and I think somebody might have gotten himself ejected here for Lapel. Number 31 may have said something, and they sent him packing. Because that was quick.
Yeah, never anything that you want to see, not only as a coaching staff, but team as well.
Covenant, they pick up the win over Clarksville 42-6 tonight down in Clarksville. Look at some other scores. We'll pass those along here before this one is over tonight. Bad thing about getting ejected, I think you do have to sit out the next game. Right? Yeah.
Yep, that is correct. Obviously, Coach Miller here trying to get a little bit of clarity or explanation. Seems to understand what the call may have been, but unsportsmanlike as we see here.
May have been a magical word he used down there, huh? Because there wasn't any action or any kind, so it must have been one of those. You guys will tell you, well, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, right. Might have been a little late for recovery for that. Tell you, great job, though, here. Both teams tonight competed well. We had a great piece in the first half, and Heritage just done a really good job on the defensive side of the ball tonight and containing Dollar here in the second half, and have turned a couple turnovers into points, which has really been a big difference in tonight's contest.
Yeah, Lapel played so well. That extra point is going to be blocked. So we will take a quick timeout. 2:21 to go here in the fourth. Heritage Christian, a commanding 48-21 lead. This is high school football on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
(48-21) back here at Heritage Christian High School, week number 7, and a beautiful night it has been. And of course, we mentioned by the next couple of weeks, I would imagine 2 weeks from Sunday, will be the tournament draw. And again, both these teams will know their path to a possible state championship. There's no doubt Heritage Christian, I tell you what, if they play like they did tonight, especially coming back the way they did adversity with those 2 penalties in the first half, they come right back and score and then dominate the second half, they really could make a deep run.
No, I think there's no question. They've shown that. They've gotten great balance, which has put them at this place now. And they have actually deep depth or some good depth. There's actually 3 key positions where they bring some underclassmen that have already gotten some time to this place that could really help in the postseason as well.
Deep kick. This one actually, I think that sailed over the crossbar, didn't it?
I was going to say. Do you get 1 point for that?
Wow. And there's no wind. What a great leg right there, huh?
And you got a bunch of little youngsters back there, maybe future Eagles fighting for the ball back there as well.
That's amazing. Look at this.
With the penalty. So you got about a 60-yarder. Yeah, it was. You get 1 point for it.
You should.
Young man caught it there, too.
All right, so could be the final possession tonight for Lapel. Remind you one more time, college football tomorrow. It'll be Mount St. Joe at Bluffton at 1:15. Here's Tyler Dollar. He's not giving up, though. They're down big here. Nice, strong run out to the 33. Again, that's a 1:15 pregame. Kickoff at 1:30. The crew will head out bright and early tomorrow morning and be ready for 7 straight weeks of Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference football. Stowe out of the shotgun, looks to throw, fires, missing his intended receiver just past the 40. That was Noah Hudson. Well, we were talking about Whitty a little bit ago. He's still in the ball game, and I kind of thought maybe the way he had been quiet tonight, I really haven't even seen him being targeted much.
Oh, yeah, he's got 2 targets that I recall all night long. One of them was well overthrown, and the other one wasn't caught. So don't know how much that's been them or the Eagles' defense.
Handoff again to Tyler Dollar.
Dollar on the carry brought down.
That puts him at 200 on the night, too.
By the way, a reminder again, if you don't stay up late for all the scores, we'll have them on tomorrow's sports page. Wrap up of all of the other games on the IndianaSRN Football Network from the games tonight. That'll be tomorrow morning on our sports update on Saturday. Minute 20 to go. 3rd down and 10 as Stowe looks to throw. Ball picked at the 40, 30. He could return it all the way. 15 and then driven out of bounds by the quarterback, Brandon Stowe. 3rd turnover of the night. Actually, that's 4 turnovers tonight. They had the 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and Schlamer is who that was there on the defensive side. He's done enough tonight on the offensive side, but great read here. Just read the quarterback's eyes, jumped the route, and came over the top. You talk, Troy, about turnovers. This is a team that hasn't turned the ball over hardly at all this year. They've almost got to the point where they've had as many turnovers tonight as they've had all season.
So 1:05 remaining, and we can put a wrap on this one here tonight. Take a knee a couple of times. That'll run this one out, and Heritage Christian for the first time 7-0 on the season.
Keeps getting better week by week. Coach Ray and his staff has done a great job in building this. He talked about, how they've had a great blend of a mix of returning starters as well as newcomers, and how the senior leadership on this team, they've talked about, their program motto is flying high, and not just on the field but in life, and really doing some great things both on and off the field. But hats off, to the Lapel Bulldogs as well. Coach Miller doing a good job, and both these teams still got 2 games left. So here we'll see the clock run out.
Heritage Christian again 7-0. Lapel will go to 5-2, and again, Heritage Christian will be at Tindley next week. And then it'll be Lapel at Jay County. Well, I'll tell you what, great ball game tonight, as we thought it would be. Turned out to be exactly that way, and both these teams have a promising stretch here in the final couple of games, so no doubt about that.
Once again, alumni soccer.
Yeah, no, it's we got both these teams that doing some great things, building good programs, good kids. The whole bounce back. I know the Bulldogs will with what they have next week in Jay County, and as you mentioned with Heritage going to Tinley next week. Both winnable games for both these programs.
Any numbers you want to throw out before we close this one out tonight?
Yeah, so Antoine went over 230 on the night in the air, but I'll tell you, he was on the ground, though, was the bigger part of that, where he was at over 150. So 400 yards total with all-purpose for him tonight. And we had Colton Brown over 150 on the ground. Tyler Dollar eclipsed the 200 mark on the ground as well. So good stats, and certainly not what the Bulldogs wanted in a loss, but gave it a great fight. But I think it was really the defense of the Heritage Christian Eagles that really sustained him more late in the third and into the fourth.
Not a bad way to celebrate homecoming with a victory here tonight as Heritage Christian goes to 7-0 on the season. Want to thank everybody for being a part of tonight's production. No doubt about it whatsoever. Another nice night of high school football on IndianaSRN.org. Thank you as well. Appreciate all your help here tonight. We'll hopefully work together again very soon. And we'll be back, of course, next week. Check out our schedule on IndianaSRN.org for all of the games throughout the entire week. For the entire crew, thanks for being with us. This has been high school football on IndianaSRN.